Hello everybody, and welcome to another Core Set 2020 video here on the channel. Before I dive in, I do want to remind you that if you enjoy the video, be sure to hit that thumbs up button and subscribe to the channel. If the video gets to 50 thumbs up, I will post another video tomorrow. So be sure to hit that thumbs up button to not only support the video and the channel, but also to support yourself and get access to more content. So subscribe to get updates when I post new content. Let me know in the comments if you like MTG Online content as well. And if you would like to further support the channel, check out the Patreon. But let's dive into this pack. We have a lot of great cards to talk about. Our last comment is Vial of Dragonfire, not a spectacular one and not a consideration. Starfield Mystic, not particularly good. There's not enough enchantment synergies. Ancestral Blade is a pretty good uncommon, but not like... I don't like to start with a white card when there's comparable cards in other colors. And Spectral Sailor is an excellent card in another color. It is usually the problem with a 1-mana 1/1 is that it... like loses relevance in the later stages of the game. But the good thing about Spectral Sailor is that it is like a legitimate threat late in the game. So I think in this pack it goes Spectral Sailor for me, and then I might take the Ancestral Blade, but I'd probably just take Agonizing Siphon second here. And but yeah, I'm fine starting off with a Spectral Sailor, and we can follow it up. Lots of good options. Wow, this pick is actually incredibly tough. Let's take a snip of it so I can ask some folks about it later. But let me know in the comment section what you would take out of this pack, because this is a really tricky pick for me as well. I think the main considerations are Thrashing Brontodon. This is just a very efficient card. Winged Words keeps me in blue. And then Shock and Leafkin Druid are also quite powerful. But yeah, I think Thrashing Brontodon is the best card in the pack. But I think Winged Words keeping me in blue goes with the Spectral Sailor. Could just be the pickup. The rare is still in the pack. It's missing an uncommon, so there's a decent number of uncommons that I would take out of this pack. Tricky pick for sure. I think it's mainly between the Brontodon and the Winged Words. I think Brontodon is better than Leafkin Druid, and I don't think Shock is as good as Brontodon either. So if I'm going to move into a second color, I would just take the Brontodon. But I think staying one color is definitely a powerful option, especially early on. Oopsie daisies. Let's just take the Brontodon. I don't want to stick to one color too much early on, and I think Brontodon is significantly better than the Winged Words, so I don't want to just commit too early, because if I take a blue card there and then there's not a good blue card this pack, I could be in a little bit of rough shape. This pack has a couple of cards that are noteworthy. Again, there's an Ancestral Blade, which is pretty good. Even if I don't want to play white, I would still like to... Oh my gosh, I keep doing that. I'm sorry about that. I'm so sorry. I'm just trying to make it a better viewing experience. But yeah, Ancestral Blade, even if I am going to be white, don't really like playing white, I would still take Ancestral Blade in certain packs because it is a very good card. Mask of Immolation is also quite nice, though. It gives you a main deck ping effect. It works with Active Treason and... just there's a lot of token. There's sometimes just you can get some token makers. Pack Mastiff is one of the better red commons. Just pumps itself. I think in this pack though, I'm just going to lean towards Gorging Vulture or Mask of Immolation. I think I'm going to take the Mask. Mask is just very powerful and leads to some pretty good decks. Gorging Vulture was probably my second pick out of that pack, and then Pack Mastiff, I'd say. Well, this pack is putting me to the test because I am a sucker for a Cryptic Caves. Gotta be said. Cryptic Caves, I don't know why. I just love running 18 land mana bases with Cryptic Caves as land number 18. And I don't know why I like doing that so much, but it just really makes me feel good to have some nice little late game power in a Cryptic Caves. Because you can just have less mana screw, but also not flood out as much. Soul Salvage is another consideration, but it does put me into a fourth color. Thicket Crasher could be a fine option as well. I think both those are decent options. The green cards definitely are solid in this pack. There's not really a ton of other things I would want. Goblin Bird Grabber can be okay. But I think I'm just going to take Cryptic Caves. I'm pretty high on this card, and it fits into any deck I'm going to play with the strategy I just outlined. And now there's a Shock. Pretty late Shock, actually. And you do need to prioritize removal in this format. Gorging Vulture is also in the pack, but we haven't really been taking any black cards. I mean, sure, we've seen a couple of them, but I think... we've seen Mask, pretty third pick. We now see a Shock, and red decks are pretty good in the format. I have red as a pretty top tier color. I think Mammoth Spiders is a fine card to take, but I think it's worse than Shock by such a large margin. Like, it's a fine card to play, I mean, but it's worse by Shock than Shock by a large margin. I think Gorging Vulture is like the second best card in this pack. Metropolis Sprite is like probably after. I think it goes Shock, Gorging Vulture, Mammoth Spider than the Metropolis Sprite, probably, or maybe the Octoprophet compared to the Metropolis Sprite. But I think we're just going to take Shock because it's the best card in the pack. Goes with the red card we already have, and it just leaves us very open to a lot of different options. Because as I have explained in previous videos, Mono Red is actually a legitimate deck in this format, and we have taken the couple cards that could work in Mono Red, though we do have some cards in other colors as well, so I wouldn't just hard commit to Mono Red at this point. But that's just something that to keep in mind. Destructive Digger jumps to mind. I've taken a couple of red cards in a row. This is just a very good red card, and one that I actively want to have one copy of. There's also a Fairy Miscreant. I did pass a Fairy Miscreant about 3 packs ago, I think, so maybe that one would wheel if I took this one here, but I don't really like to go for the Fairy Miscreants because I don't love the payoff. Unsummon number 1 could be quite powerful, but I don't really prioritize Unsummons all that highly. I think the pick here is probably between Destructive Digger and the Unsummon, and I think I'm just going to take the Digger because I want to find myself solidly into a color, and I'm not going to miss an Unsummon where Destructive Digger is just a pretty good card. So this pack, there's a Vorst Claw, which is actually surprisingly good. It's just got keyword big. That's a saying that I really enjoy. It's just 6 mana, 7/7s are really hard to kill in this format. It dies to murder, it dies to pacifism, but people are avoiding white, so pacifism isn't as frequent to see, and it dies to sleep paralysis. But other than that, a lot of the removal spells just don't kill it. I guess black also has Bone Splinters that kills it, but a lot of the kill spells just don't kill Vorst Claw, so it's just quite big. Apostle of Purifying Light is alright, but I don't really have a reason to jump into that color. I have been seeing some black cards, so maybe I should take a Boneclad Necromancer just as a little bit of a hedge into black. I think I can respect that over a Vorst Claw. And now Pack Mastiff keeps me in my main color, and it's just a very good 2-drop. It's just the best card in the pack as well. A very nice pickup here. So yeah, let's just take that. Hello, hello, Powder Mains. So this pack, there is a Dawning Angel that just wheeled, which could just mean we can jump into white and get a couple of really good white cards. If nobody else is taking them, we can just get them for free, kind of. Especially if we're trying to play an aggressive red deck, the white flyers could really complement that well. Though I didn't have success. I haven't drafted white all that many times, but I've seen a lot of stories about it. I think this card's better than Octoprophet by a large enough margin that it's worth taking. Though I really do like having access to a Heart Piercer Bow in the sideboard. I think this is a fine hedge pick. And now we can get a Thornwood Falls. We're not going to play Angelic Gift, and just some nice little potential fixing. Pack Mastiff number 2. That's a really good late signal. This card is really good. I have it as like the number 4 red common or 5 red common, probably 4. And a Bird Grabber. We're just getting all of the late red cards. We don't really have any flying right now other than this Dawning Angel, but just a 2-drop, sometimes all you need. And I think we'll take this over an Inspired Charge because we don't know our second color yet, and having 2-drops is key if you're going to be an aggressive deck. And now we'll just take a Mind Rot. Another Dawning Angel, the second to last pick. White is going to be open pack 3, folks. Dawning Angel is a actually really good card. So, yeah. I could see it actually being correct to play white here. I don't think we're going to move into black. We have got a lot of red 2-drops, which I do like. Cryptic Caves could work really well in a mono red deck. We could just play 17 lands in a Cryptic Caves. It helps with our flood out potentially. I keep saying mono red is an option, but I think we would probably be red-white and just have a couple Dawning Angels to top off our curve. Or maybe just none at all. Well. Let's look at our last common, of course. Our last common is Unholy Indenture. Luckily, it puts all the unplayable cards down there, so we don't have to think about them. I'm actually very tempted by a third Pack Mastiff here. There's also Marauding Raptor, but unfortunately, Marauding Raptor kills all of my creatures pretty much. Like, even kills my Dawning Angels, so I really don't think I can afford to play Marauding Raptor. Pack Mastiff just is a very good 2-drop, and one that I just actively want in my deck. So I could see taking that. Devout Decree is also a solid option if I was going to play white, but I have a feeling every white card's going to wheel. So I can kind of just pick those up later. Reduce to Ashes is alright, but I'd rather just get another solid 2-drop in the Pack Mastiff, and yeah, more Pack Mastiffs the merrier. They actually do work pretty well in multiples. Like, you don't have to care about them being in multiples, but getting them in multiples is really good. And now this is a perfect opportunity to take a Chandra's Outrage. Great removal spell, and it's good to have access to it. Let's just make sure that Mystic Forge is not worth anything foil. Yeah, it's 1.5 tickets. not anything. There's a Barkhide Troll, so we could like move into a red-green deck, but there's no real reason to move out of our red stuff, and this leaves us open to opening a powerful rare in pack 3, and Chandra's Outrage is just really good removal. It triggers Chandra's Spit Flames if you can get them. It's just a really good kill spell. We don't have all that many kill spells, and we don't really need to move into a second color, especially a double-colored green card, because we're going to want to run like 10 mountains in this deck, it looks like, or maybe mono-red. It's funny because I've been talking with people all day about playing mono red, and then I end up in mono red, and I don't feel like I forced it really. Like I took a blue card and then a green card, and then I took a Mask of Immolation in a close pick. So, and then the game was afoot. Let's just take this red card. But we could just splash white. I feel like we're going to get a bunch of good white cards because people are overcorrecting. They think that white's bad, but I don't think it's unplayably bad. And now, this is interesting. So, my gut says Scorch Spitter or Cryptic Caves. Having a second Cryptic Caves could be really good if we're going to be a monocolored deck. That seems like a nice payoff for being a monocolored deck. But I think we are going to maybe splash white, so we'll have to see on that. Getting a Scorch Spitter seems like a fine enough option. It doesn't work especially well with any of my cards. I don't have any synergies with it. There's also a Raise the Alarm. There's a Bird Grabber. I don't think we're not taking Lotus Field, that's for sure. I'm leaning towards Caves, but I'm not sure if I want to splash. And if I want to splash, then yeah, I don't love Scorch Spitter, even in the mono red deck. I think it's fine, but I have not been like, I was not blown away when I played with it. Let's just say that much. Let's just take the Cryptic Caves. And now we get another Destructive Digger or a Pacifism or a Loyal Pegasus. Huh. And then there's also a Silverback Shaman. I kind of just want to take Silverback Shaman or Pacifism. We could just play none of these caves. That is also an option. Let's just put them in the sideboard for now. So if we're just going to play red-white aggro, we would take Pacifism. If we want to play red-green, we'd probably take the Silverback Shaman. I think we're going to end up in red-white. I don't think anyone's going to take the white cards, so I think we'll just take the Pacifism here. We already have a Destructive Digger, so I don't prioritize the second one super highly. Loyal Pegasus is alright, but I think it's going to be worse than Pacifism, just a solid removal option. And nothing really for us. I guess we can take a Raise the Alarm. There's also an Agonizing Siphon. There's a Woodland Champion. We're seeing some green cards, so maybe we want to move more towards green, but I feel like white is just going to be so disgustingly open. Let's just take the Woodland Champion, though. Though, it doesn't really work with any of our cards. We could take a Rugged Highlands, which would help us play green. Could help us play a Thrashing Brontodon on fewer sources. Yeah, let's just take that. Yeah, it is the second Warlord, but we're definitely playing red, so, like, where would we take the Warlord? And an easy Goblin Smuggler. I mean, we're playing red for sure. It works really well with Pack Mastiff, and easy pickup here. Yeah, we took the land. So, Ogre Siegebreaker. I don't think we're playing black. The only black card we have is this guy, and he's not really that good compared to our blue card or our red card or our white cards even. I could see a second Destructive Digger being playable. Retributive Wand is an option as well. It's a combination with Destructive Digger. Nice little pinging effect. I could see taking the Wand. We already have a Digger. I don't like it in multiples that much. Though I would play a second one and then maybe main deck the Wand if I ended up there. And now, between Heartpiercer Bow and Airstrike, I like the Airstrike, first copy of Airstrike a little bit more. And now we see what wheels. Griffin Protector came back, sure. We'll take that. As I said, I could see us playing like some white cards in this deck. Though double Cryptic Caves is a pretty strong pull to play mono red as well. Though I think we have enough white cards that it's worth it. We'll see, we'll see, we'll see. Let's just take Angelic Gift. We're not going to play it, but we could take Bone Splinters. And Scorch Spitter came back. Perfect. Turned out we got both cards that we wanted out of that pack. And Destructive Digger came back. With two Destructive Diggers, I think I'm fine main decking a Wand. because that 5 damage combo is actually quite relevant, and some late game burn. So let's just see what our mono red deck looks like, and then we'll consider bringing in these white cards. We don't have a lot of red cards, but we have all of pack 3, and yeah, we have a couple Cryptic Caves to help if we're a monocolored deck. We have 4 really good white cards. These are like 4 of the better white cards. We could also just open a grid card and take that and play it. I would be down for that. And I think we're going to have access to every white card, because remember, we got a second to last pick Dawning Angel. Nobody's in white. And we opened up a good white card, Hanged Executioner. We also opened up a great red card. And there's a Fry in the pack. I think at this point I should just commit and play. And like, this is the pick to commit to either playing red-white or mono-red. And I think that Hanged Executioner is good enough to be worth taking and playing here. And we have like 4 good white cards. This is what our curve looks like if we play white. Dang, I kind of just wanted to play a monocolored deck. It works just real synergy, and this is a really good card. Hanged Executioner is quite good as well, though. Yeah, we'll take the Hanged Executioner. And now, Lavakin Brawler we will consider. How many elementals do we have? None. No elementals right now. I'm just going to take a Keldon Raider then. With no elementals, I think Lavakin Brawler is not worth taking here. In fact, it's pack 3, so we might not get any other elementals, or at least not that many. So I think Keldon Raider is a fine pickup here. We don't really have a ton of 4-drops, and this is a fine time to pick one up. I think between the Lavakin Brawler and Keldon Raider, I think Keldon Raider is going to be a little bit better. And now we see Grafdigger's Cage. Probably not worth anything, but we'll check. It is worth a 1 ticket. Probably going to be worse than a Reduce to Ashes then. We'll just take the removal spell. Things are looking up. I think this is probably the optimal use for white, is just to play like all the best cards you get when it's just wide open like this. Because as you can see, we're just not taking any of the dorky commons in white. We just taking all the great cards, the Dawning Angels, the Hanged Executioners, the Pacifism that we saw like 5th. And there's another Goblin Bird Grabber. Goblin Bird Grabber is actually good in this deck because now I have 4 flyers, so it can actually gain flying, which is relevant. Inspired Charge is an option, but I don't really have a go wide theme. I'm more of just a solid good cards deck, and Bird Grabber fits well with the cards I do have. And I do want to have more 2-drops. I have currently got 6 2-drop creatures. Pacifism doesn't really count. Mask of Immolation is not an ideal 2-drop play either. I think this deck is looking good. We can run 18 lands and a Cryptic Caves. I don't think 19 lands, 2 caves is correct. I just like the 1. But remember, we took it over a Scorch Spitter, and the Scorch Spitter wheeled, so we were like, not like just crushed or anything when it didn't come back. Wow. This is a good card. Angel of Vitality. If you gain life, you gain that much life plus 1. Do we have any life gain in the deck? Literally. Oh, we have Dawning Angel. Nice. Extra life points. It's better than Moorland Inquisitor. There is a Heart Piercer Bow, but we don't really need that. And there's a Windscarred Crag, which could actually significantly help our mana. I'm actually considering the land Powder Mains. Yeah. Angel of Vitality is relatively good, though. Just as a 3-mana 2/2 flyer. It matches up relatively well, I think. The land would be good, though. It does help our like, we don't want to play all that many white sources. This may be controversial, but I think we just take the Windscarred Crag here. We have enough playables, and this will help our mana out. Crag may wheel, that is a good point. But to be fair, Bardoli, the Angel might wheel as well. Let's just take the Glaring Aegis. We're not going to play a Prismite. There is a non-zero chance that the Angel wheels, which is kind of insane. Keep in mind, we got a Dawning Angel with 2 cards left in the pack. So, Active Treason combos with our Mask of Immolation, but nothing else. Then there's just a Dagger Sail Aeronaut as a fine attacker. And then there's Marauder's Axe. I kind of like the Aeronaut here. Just kind of a big attacker. It's another flyer for the Bird Grabber. Active Treason would be an option with the Mask, but I don't think we want to go for that clunky-ish combo. Apostle for a sideboard card could be an option too, but I think we just want the flyer. And now we will take another Bird Grabber. We actually have a lot of flyers in this deck, so Bird Grabber is going to be pretty solid. We don't want to stack up on too many 4-drops. So yeah, let's just get another solid 2. Pick up a Fry for the sideboard. That's a nice addition. And now we pick up a Heart Piercer Bow for the sideboard. A Yoked Ox. Get in there. And this is our deck right now. I mean, we're going to run 18 lands. I could see even running both Cryptic Caves in the 18, now that we have a Windscarred Crag to help our mana. Sure. Take the uncommon. And the Tectonic Rift. And we have 2 Destructive Diggers. Seemed like a tough draft. I'm actually very happy with where we ended up. This deck seems legitimately great to me. Like, excellent deck. We have 3 Bird Grabbers with a lot of flyers. I think we're going to have good uses for our mana. So I think we're going to run 18 lands in this deck anyway. And we're going to run both Cryptic Caves, I think. Glaring Aegis would be an option, but I don't think we need it in the main. We have a couple good sideboard cards. This deck seems great to me. I don't know if it's a Scorch Spitter type deck. And we don't have any combat tricks, which is kind of annoying. We have a lot of cards that kind of pump themselves up. We have a lot of flyers. A couple of removal spells. I think this deck is great. And we're not going to flood very often because we're going to run 18 lands and we have a couple Cryptic Caves. So we're going to get rid of the card window. Okay, so I think this is the deck. We're not going to play Glaring Aegis. I think Glaring Aegis is mostly a combo with Metropolis Sprite, so you'll sometimes play those two, but you don't really want to play them on their own here. And then we're not going to play Maniacal Rage. We'll bring in Fry out of the board. Let's just put in these lands. Sort by color, obviously. I think we only want 7 white sources, so we can run 6. And then that'll give us 10 red sources. Yeah, I could see running a little bit less. We could run 10 and then have only 6 white sources. Because we only need 1, and we don't need it that early. This is our deck. Just going to take a nice little screenshot of Ruski. Save that, capture, and make a new one. So now we can reference our deck during the matches. I don't think we'll need to, but it's just a good option to have. And yeah, Yeah, I'm not a huge fan of the Scorch Spitter in this deck either. But, you know, pings add up. We could play a Heart Piercer Bow over it, potentially. Yeah, Scorch Spitter is definitely not the greatest in this deck, but, you know. Getting a second to last pick on. I thought we were going to get more white cards, pack 3, not going to lie. Oh, wonderful. Thank you, window, for resizing like that. We would like to play first. Haha! We're going to keep this hand. Unfortunately, our Windscarred Grag is hurting us because we're going to have to play it tapped on turn 1. And the opponent gasps in amazement. Hey, the white mirror match. Let's get the Pack Mastiff out there. Next turn we can double spell. Oh yeah, definitely. This isn't a Q though. Yeah, I thought white was going to be more open because, yeah, no, I don't think Angel should go second to last. I mean, literally last. It was like over a land. Someone took like an unholy servitude over it to send the white signal because they don't like the Angel, which is kind of absurd to me. Oh gosh, this is the Magic Online conundrum. Your opponent has nothing, and they just wait. And oh my gosh. Let's offer to trade. Jeez, this opponent is frustrating. Actually, we don't really want to trade here. Because my creature is significantly better. Wow. My opponent has spent an extra minute compared to me just doing nothing. Brutal. Ah, the brutality! Do I feel like it's easier to build better decks on Arena or MTGO? Definitely Arena, but keep in mind that it's easier for your opponents as well, so I think that the edge you gain on MTGO Online if you're a good drafter is higher, if that makes sense. So it's harder to build a good deck on Magic Online, but it's easier to crush your foes on Magic Online. I mean, yeah, if you are a good drafter, because... And the next turn we can play Goblin Smuggler and then give this unblockable and attack with the Scorch Spitter as well. Okay, Angel of Vitality. Mask of Immolation. Well, that's the clear play now. Kill off the Apostle, attack with both of these guys, play the Bird Grabber. Okie doke. The cool part about our deck is because we have double Cryptic Caves, it seems very hard for us to flood out and lose like that. We also have a lot of mana sinks. Okay. We will attack for 2. If he blocks, we'll pump and play Bird Grabber. Whew. We might just pump and play Bird Grabber anyway. That's a fine trade for us. That's where I wish I had a combat trick, because then I can just attack with all my guys. So I kind of wish I had some combat tricks in this deck. Oh gosh, Warden is not what you wanted there, buddy. Cryptic Caves. Nice, nice. And then on our end step, we will sack this Cryptic Caves. Sure. We don't want to lose our Goblin Smuggler. He's just too valuable. Sure. We just need a flyer. I kind of want 2 for myself to kill this. Let's do that, yeah. That seems fine to me. We are a couple cards down. Oh my gosh, brutal. That is an ouch moment right there. I would like to draw my own angel, please. I'm on a 2-turn clock. This is so savage. Man. It's not over, though. Angel. Chandra's Outrage, eh? So this puts him to 10. This puts him to 8. 6. So we do not have good stuff going on for us here. So we go to 1. Yeah, we lose. Okay. Okay, so Fry is definitely coming in. Reckless Airstrike is definitely coming in. Scorch Spitter out. Bird Grabber doesn't seem excellent at all. Wand doesn't seem good either. Yeah, let's just cut those two. Did we see any removal? We saw an unsummon. But we're going to wreck them now. We have two. We just sided in 2 great cards. Very cheap ways to deal with his threats. I think we just flooded a little bit that round. Hard to say, though. I hate this resizing. I do not know why it happens every time. Sure, we'll keep. Whoops. That's funny. That card is so bad. We might have to mask it, though. Oh my gosh, this guy's got all the tech. Oh, man. Okay, that was a bad attack. I will admit it. I know when I've messed up. Yep. I was thinking if he single blocked, but he's not stupid. It's an onboard trick. So he just gained an extra life for no reason. Oh my gosh, this guy is a legend. He's playing Yoke Docs. I'll double pump to kill Yoke Docs. Oh my gosh, this guy has 10 sideboard cards for this matchup. He's next leveled my mono red deck. Let's get him. Charge! We'll trade 3 damage for essentially 2 because we don't care about our own life total. So they gain 1 extra life from this. Let's just attack first. There goes my hero. The bird grabber. Bird is the word. He's got flying too. We're not going to block. We don't want to have a combat trick. We don't care about 1 point of damage. 5 damage to our creature or planeswalker that's white or blue. Five damage. We're not going to kill any of these. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We have him on a 2-turn clock. I missed a point of damage because I'm not thinking. Whoops. Whoopsie daisies. Okay, so they over sideboarded. Glaring Aegis. Do I want Glaring Aegis over something bad? Probably not. Let's just run it. I feel like when we draw a reasonable spell to land ratio, we're in good shape. Also, the diggers really help. This is a great hand. Oh, turn 2 shock. Yes, please. If they play a 2/2 and I get to shock it, oh, that would be so sweet. We're going to start off with the bird grabber because he's a little bit worse. And we're probably going to goblin smuggler next turn. Ether gusted, opponent. Make my day. This is going straight to the bottom. I feel like it's going to be worth playing the smuggler here. Start getting in for damage. And then next turn we can go tap land plus destructive digger. They don't have any of their early game draws, which means they might draw them a little bit later, which would be great for us. We have shock for a Dawning Angel. Or for a Warden of Evo's Isle, and then the Outrage for, sure, Mountain and Fry. If they want to unsummon their own Warden, we're fine with that. Dawning Angel. Aerial Assault, okay. Yikes. Where they scryed doesn't really impact my play at all. Actually, it might. Let's see. They put it on the bottom. So I have 2 lines available to me here. I'm going to take some time to think about this. I can play Digger and Mask and not attack. I can play Digger and attack and pump with my Mastiff. Since I already lost my Smuggler, I think trading these off is fine. And now we get to play our Digger, who can start drawing us more cards or just attacking or whatever. Sure. We're just going to play Mask, and then we're going to sack a land. Drawing an extra card here is worth more than 3 damage, especially because he might have another Aerial Assault. And also we get to hold up our Chandras. I hope they don't have Planar Cleansing. Looks like they just don't have any spells. Because now we have lethal on board. Are we going to get there? I will say we're not playing around Planar Cleansing, because we haven't seen it, and we have seen stuff like Angel of Dawn, and we want to be able to kill them despite that, so they would go up to 10, we'd kill it, then be able to do your thing, and we win the match. Let's go. Let's see, is our deck looking good? Scorch Spitter is still a little sketchy. Boom. We got the win. Do we even want Scorch Spitter? I could see running a Maniacal Rage over Scorch Spitter being correct. Let's do that. It's also kind of a all-in aggro card, but we can also use it as a pseudo-pacifism. That's kind of what I think the main use of Maniacal Rage is going to be for us. Huh. On the draw. I think we'll keep this. Actually, yeah, we're going to mull. We need to have a 2-drop or some sort of early play. And I guess we'll keep this hand. We just had too many expensive cards, and if we didn't draw a land, we were screwed. We do have 18 lands, but obviously get rid of a mountain. Opponent also mulliganed, which could help us. So we're playing against the blue deck, so our Fry definitely gets to come in, which is nice. Because now we get to go 2-drop, 3-drop, 4-drop, which is perfect. Hopefully they play a creature that dies to the Mask. And hopefully that creature's not Cloud Conceer, because then they get value anyway. But we can sack the Mask to our Destructive Digger to get value. Oh my gosh, blue-white again. Oh, Cerulean Drake. That is not good for us. Just going to go out on a limb and say Cerulean Drake is kind of good against our mono-red deck. Metropolis Sprite, okay. So if they do try to pump the Sprite, we'll kill it with our Elemental. We'll just attack with the digger. We're fine trading it for their 2/3 flyer. Especially because their 2/3 flyer is only getting bigger. Our Dawning Angel is going to be fantastic this game. I will say that. Well, that's disgusting. Attack me at your own risk, buddy. Can we even... So we would take... 5 here. 3, 5, 7. How do we win this game? We're going to probably try and kill the eagle. I think our out here is to draw wand, sack wand to kill eagle. Or something like that. Let's just try and live as long as possible. This soaks up the most damage. I don't think we can race here realistically. So they have no cards in hand. So we are significantly far behind here. That was a good draw, though. That was a really good draw. Let's keep our digger around. And then we can kill the Griffin Protector. Ouch. Dawning Angel. Yikes. So we need to draw a shock or something. Wand. Huh. So wand can kill this thing. I guess we go for it. Hopefully they don't have a creature. Well, their deck is disgusting. Not sure how I'm supposed to beat their deck. Oh, I guess we have Fry. And we have our Reckless Airstrike. But, geez, their deck seems great. So we'll cut some of our worst cards. Like Maniacal Rage for sure. Goblin Bird Grabber doesn't seem good either. Not at all. No, no, no. Even those two changes are probably good enough to really help us out. Let's cut that guy. I think we want to keep in our pinging thing. We will keep this hand. It has a removal spell. It has one of our better cards in the Hanged Executioner. It's got some Cryptic Caves, so that these are kind of like pseudo, not lands. We're going to lead with the Digger. He's just a bigger attacker. Rewarded. Gonna get the Executioner out now. Now we can start cycling through Cryptic Caves. Octoprofit. They put one on top and one on the bottom. I think this turn we want to use our Destructive Digger, maybe. Or our Hanged Executioner. I don't think we want to attack. We should have played Cryptic Caves, I think. That was definitely something to consider. Well, that makes my decision a lot easier on what to fry. Whew. Maybe we were supposed to crack this during our turn? Nice. So we got him to a lowish life total. We have a couple of good cards in hand. They have nothing on board. We have a removal spell on board. Sure. Yikes. Get the Dawning Angel into play. Should have held up a fake shock, I guess. Wow, they do have planar cleansing. Well, that's stupid. Can't really beat the planar cleansing you had no idea was in there, while you're also trying to beat their really good Flyers deck. Come on, Smuggler. Drawing lands at this point is just brutal, because we've gotten rid of 3 of our lands. Not attacking. Wow, opponent was really sandbagging their stuff too, looks like. Oh, come off it. Yeah, that's definitely not an attack you make. Smuggler. I mean, we got to have pretty good top decks here. We have 8 lands out plus 3, so we only have 7 lands left in our 19 card deck, so we got mostly spells. Oh no, anticipate's not what I want to see. Oh man, that planar cleansing was brutal. I will say it's really hard to play around planar cleansing. Give me a Chandra's Outrage. Chandra's Outrage off the top. You know you want it. Outrage. We're not going to attack with either because we can just threaten a massive attack here. And we are screwed. Wow. That was quite some draws. Yikes. Well, you cannot win them all, but planar cleansing definitely ruined us. Well, sometimes you draw all the lands and can't do anything. Their deck was really good, it seemed. Even our sideboard deck was not enough. I mean, we may run 18 lands, but we also cycled through 2. How long has audio been gone? Well, I guess I'll find out when I'm editing the video together. Shh, I'm going to keep this hand. It's sketchy. Only 30 seconds. Oh, thank goodness. Are we playing against the blue decks every time? Our Fry is just legitimately awesome. We should just have main decked it, clearly. I'm not going to restart my device. Oh, man. Moat Piranhas, you've got to be kidding me. Man, that last game was so sad. We had him on the ropes. Then he planar cleansinged us. True, Powder Mains, true. We'll just trade off. Next turn we'll double 2-drop. I think I drew 11 lands or something. No, I drew 10 land. No, I drew 11 lands because I still had 7 in my deck. Actually, by the end of it, I had 8. I'd drawn a little bit more than that. Yeah, something like that, Powder Mains. Something like that. Well, this is going to work out for us, I think. Whoops. I don't know why I played that pre-combat. Oh man, I was just in the mood, I guess. I don't think I was planning on attacking, is the thing. Brian Born Cutthroat would have made my attack seem real bad, I think. I'm just gonna reduce to ashes this guy. I hope they don't have an unsummon. Nice. And now we will go to combat and hit them for 5. We can afford to be a little bit patient. So we will just spend this turn cracking our Cryptic Caves. Holding up double pump on our Pack Mastiff to trade with Lavakin. Leyline of Anticipation. Oh my gosh, the combo! So I would take 5 here. I'll just crack this, reduce to ashes this on my turn. Hit them for a lot. Haha, that's a good draw. We will kill that. Leyline is not a great card in Limited, I must say. Okay, so now Chandra's Outrage is live. They have no reason to cast that during their turn, though. Give all my stuff unblockable, essentially. And hope they don't have Boreal Elemental, I guess. Oh man, I could kill them here if they have nothing, but they have 7 mana and 3 cards. So I'm just going to put them to 1. There's no board sweeper that owns me. Does Flame Sweep get me? Does 2 damage to each creature. Okay, I was just going to pump. Getting a Hanged Executioner is not worth the risk of just losing to a Flame Sweep. I guess Flame Sweep, if they have it in hand, it just owns me anyway. Maybe I just would have done that. Yeah, I would have just pumped, I think. Okay, begin sideboarding. So we're against a blue deck, so Fry's coming in. Reckless Airstrike should probably come in as well. Heartpiercer both seemed okay. I think I'll have that over the Reckless Airstrike. And we'll see how this goes. I think our deck is pretty solid, and we could have won round 2 potentially if we had potentially drawn a little bit better and they hadn't had that planar cleansing. On the draw, we'll keep this hand. I think I should have kept this hand the last time I had it. Oh gosh, pre-game actions, that's hilarious. But we have 18 lands in this deck. We should be able to reliably get to 3 lands if we keep this hand. It's probably more. It's probably around. I know it's 70% on the play with 17 lands. On the draw with 18 lands, it's probably around 80%. But that is still a mathematical equation where you can miss. There are still odds of missing. There are definitely still chances of missing. Come on, deck. Give me a land. Heck yes! Cryptic Caves! Da 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 da. Does the fact that I won game 1 factor into whether or not I side things in? Sometimes, but generally not for the cards that I was siding. Oh gosh. That's wrong. Oh, choosing to keep mold. Oh, the fact that I was on the draw definitely helped me with that keep mold decision. Definitely going to do this guy and then pitch a digger. Actually, we'll pitch a smuggler. No, I'll pitch the digger. I think the digger's just too slow. We already are a little bit land cramped. Oh. That's an ouch moment. I hope they don't have another counter spell. Die, Chandra. Please don't have another flash blocker. No! They have a flash blocker. That makes sense, though. They're siding. They get their reckless airstrike out of the way. They let their Chandra die? What the heck? That's madness. Get our Executioner down. And get a Smuggler down. No attacks. They have one card in hand. Aeronaut. Sure. Wand. Crack Wand. Play Bow. Now we can get 2 pings off in 1 turn. So we're going to take 3 this turn, but now we can double up on pings and kill the Dagger Sail. wait till blocks happen so they can't flash in a blocker. Play a gain land. Hopefully they can't flash in like a 6-powered creature. Okay, Lavakin Brawler. A little bit obnoxious. Cryptic Caves. Oh, yes. We're not going to attack. We're going to probably exile with the Hanged Executioner, though. Oh, man. No blocks. Get in for that extra point of damage. Sure. That's fine by me. If that said only sorcery speed, I was going to cry. And now we can ping this. We're still in kind of rough shape. Well, that makes things much better. We'll equip post-combat for ultimate BM. All their creatures are so scary, and they are all having flash. No! Oh, Cloud Conceer. So that was 3 mana, draw a card. Oh, you gotta be kidding me. Oh, this actually works out quite well for us. So now we're at 2. Oh my gosh, this is insane. Dawning Angel, please! No! Oh my gosh, could I just draw a spell? I've already cycled both Cryptic Caves. No! A Tempsis? You've got to be kidding me! No! Not another land! Why me? Oh, that's so sad. Oh, the brutality. The brutality. Oh. He's giving it unblockable. Concession. Oh. If he hadn't had the active treason, we could have killed it with our fry. Oh, Reckless Airstrike seems solid. They have a couple artifacts. Oh my gosh. Jesus, that was insane. Well, we're going to side out another bird. We're just going to keep the Reckless Airstrike in the sideboard, I guess. I think we want to keep a couple creatures. We will play first. Oh my goodness, is this a keep? This seems like a keep to me. Couple 2-drops. It's sad that we've lost 2 games to just drawing 13 lands, but it's also kind of funny at the same time because every time we flood out, we've also drawn all of our Cryptic Caves. So it's like, oh my gosh. Ah, Cerulean Drake. A great card to have. I wonder if one day, long in the future, I might draw a Heartpiercer Bow to kill the Cerulean Drake. Or maybe even a 3-mana artifact that pings. We'll get in for 3 damage. Damage. Well, we do not care about Convolute. That's a really bad card here anyway. It just gets completely dominated by Cerulean Drake. They were just snapping that off on anything, I guess. Oh, come on. That's so sad. Well, I guess we'll technically be able to trade these off. This is really our only line. Ouch. Getting Chandra off the board is a huge swing for us, though. But we did have to use a pacifism. If he has a second Chandra, I just lose, I think. Oh dear. Oh, thank goodness it's only Lavakin Brawler. Let's just get our Dawning Angel into play. We don't want to attack with Packmastiff first, because if he does give us the opportunity to trade like that... Oh, gosh. Oh, you monster. You're an evil man, opponent. Or woman, or whatever. It's evil. Ah, oh, Cerulean Drake, you're so annoying. Good thing we're going to get unblockable soon. Maybe we're supposed to technically save that for their Attempsis. Yeah, that might have been a spewy removal spell, but we want to just cast our stuff. Oh, thank goodness. They do not have Attempsis. Clutch! Oh, they got rid of Leyline. But it was so good for you last game. I was kidding about that. Oh, yes. The Wand. The Smuggler. The Tale of the Wand and the Smuggler. I cast the Wand pre-combat for intimidation purposes, even though it was vastly incorrect. Aww, no! No! Okay, Aeronaut. Okay, we're fine with that. We are at a high life total. Oh! Mask. I guess we could have just attacked normally. He's not going to trade probably, but I think keeping my Smuggler alive is really important. Because next turn I just have lethal. Boom! Let's go. We got the W. The only deck we lost to was like the crazy Flyers deck that curved out on us the first game and then Planar Cleansing us the second game. So I am not disappointed with that at all. If you did make it all the way till the end of the video and you're watching this on YouTube, in the comments section down below, type in hashtag Clutch Wand in the comment section down below, because the wand was the only way to kill the Cerulean Drake. We did manage to get that to 2-1 record. It was a pretty fun experience. Let me know also if you enjoy Magic Online, and I'll try to do more of these in the future. I definitely enjoyed drafting against real players, seeing how it shaped up, and I think 2-1 was a solid finish with that deck. It definitely wasn't busted, but it definitely could have gone 3-0, and that's all I can ask for in any of my decks, because as I always say, you can get luck, you have to have luck, a little bit of luck, you have to play well, you have to draft well, and I think we drafted well, we played well, and just didn't quite get there on the luck in some of the games. But that is going to do it for this video. I sincerely hope you enjoyed it. Remember to hit that thumbs up button, subscribe to the channel, leave a comment in the comment section down below, and huge shout out to all of my patrons who support me over at patreon.com/NicolaiBolas, especially those that support at the Eternal of Bolas level or higher. Thank you so much to them. They are part of the reason I'm able to make all of these videos. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll talk to you next time.